Hey everybody, it's Good Time Gal, and do you know what today is? Today is National Pick Blueberries Day. So for all my blueberry lovers, this video is for you. I have went to my blueberry field. Locally grown blueberries are the best, and I got some really nice ones. They're huge. Each one beautiful. But guess what? If you are not in the blueberry picking mood, you don't have the time, even though I don't understand how you don't because it's summer, but if you don't, please feel free to go by your local farmer's market or go to your local produce so that way you can keep the economy in your local neighborhood equitable, right? Because that's what this is all about. Blueberry picking day is about food equity because you're helping your community, which in turn helps your economy, which in turn can help keep your economy and your community strengthened. And that's really a big thing with food equity. Food equity is wonderful, but don't you get me started with that. All right, so today, because it's Pick Blueberries Day, I'm going to be making my mother's famous icebox pie, but I'm gonna do a blueberry version. I know, if you have been following me, you realize that an icebox pie is generally done with lemons and limes. So far I have attempted a lemon, a peach, and a blackberry. So this is a blueberry. This is like a personal challenge that my mom had me do. She was like, hey, I got this really cute, equitable recipe and I want you to try it. So now we've just been trying it. So anytime I get a free holiday recipe, I'm gonna be using it to incorporate. The reason I like an icebox pie is all the ingredients were under $8. So like the blueberries were free, right? Because I went to my local place. The graham crackers, I believe, was like $2, and the cream cheese was $2. So if I would have actually bought my blueberries, I want to say they're on sale for like $3.99 a pint. So it's an equitable recipe, and it's delicious, and it's easy. You just set it and you forget it. That's what we love. So let's start. So I'm gonna tell you what you need. You're gonna need some graham cracker crust, and I like to do mine very fine. You're going to need an entire thing of blueberries. I've already pureed my blueberries, but I would say do 3 cups of blueberries, okay? If you wanna try this. So this is my cup of blueberries. Then I already have a half a cup of my pureed blueberry juice. And then the rest I have set aside just in case, because I'm a just in case type of person. And then of course, our cream cheese. That's it. The first part of making our icebox pie is always going to start with the crust. We are going to put the crust in the pan, and then we're gonna chill it. Then we work on the filling, put it together, put it in the icebox. The definition of an icebox pie is a pie that you actually just put in the Frigidaire. You do not bake it. There's no bake. Yes. So this is a great summer pie. This is why I'm doing it, because summer, everything I do in the summer, I want it to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But I also want you guys to be able to enjoy your summer. Sometimes we get caught up in, I gotta cook. What are we gonna cook? Or we start grilling our lives away, and then we still don't cook. So I'm just putting a little melted butter with my graham cracker crust. You can use unsalted butter. Unsalted butter works best. And I like to use a spatula and a spoon, so I just start working the butter into the graham cracker, because graham cracker is very dry, butter is very wet, so they make a very wonderful And then once the butter is incorporated, I just use my spoon, and then I just start working all the way around the pan. I press and then I smooth. So I press and then I smooth. like it. I like it a lot, but you know me, so I want to make sure I get the rest. So I just put him in there. I'm gonna just use my finger because he's too sticky. But I cover it in the spots. Chiller it goes. Half a cup. So the last icebox pie came out white and fluffy and we loved it. This one is gonna come out a little different because we're using a different color. All right. You're going to beat this with this whisk for on high until it gets very stiff. So that should be 2 to 3 minutes. Let's test it. It's done. And then I just start. I know I just started, didn't I? We're just moving along. We're just pressing it like we did the crust. Because if we press too hard, it will cause issues, and we don't want issues. I didn't. I was going to, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was, but I'm not. All right, I like it. Now I'm just being a perfectionist and I'm wiping my edges because the next step is our graham cracker. So this is my guide. So I just put it in the center. A perfect circle, which is what I wanted. Now, with an icebox pie, you can top this with whipped cream. But since I'm doing a blueberry one and this is new for me, I'm going to let people have their own whipped cream, their individual pieces, and I'm going to use the remaining of the blueberries to put on top. So that way, you give people the autonomy and the control. Sometimes when you do a dessert like this, people want to be able to sample it themselves. So that's what I like to do, especially when it's a new dessert. If this was my lemon icebox pie, I would have already put the whipped cream on top. If this was my blackberry, sure, because they've had it that way, especially the peach. But because it's blueberry, no, I may not need it, right? They may say, oh my gosh, I like this without whipped cream. So that's why I'm doing it this way. But I do have whipped cream ready, okay? And before you say this is too many blueberries, remember this is National Pick Up Blueberry Day, so you can have as many or as little as you like. So now we will set this in the Frigidaire for an hour, and then we'll come back and we will eat it. But you guys, we're done. You did it. You made an icebox pie, blueberry flavor. My mama is gonna be so happy, and I'm so happy. You guys, I'm so proud of you. You guys have been following me and doing all these great things. You are a master chef. So from my kitchen to yours, happy cooking.